The echidna is the only mammal that can survive a wildfire. Their adaptation allows them to conserve energy in times of scarcity. While in torpor, the echidna can live without sustenance and emerge after the environmental threat has passed, malnourished, but alive. You will carve you a wooden cutout of your old cat and a snake named Buster. He will take you to an Indian restaurant and say that he sees years of summer in your spine, a bathtub of tea in your toe steps. He is as red as the men before him who were roses and exploded to the point of music. Red as men who stitch wood to skin, red as men who bullet flesh to promise. He is as red as the men who split your teeth open. He is as red as the men who purpled your skin. When he calls you screaming, you don't hang up the phone. The echidna hums in reassuring tones, and its stomach nests nutrients in preparation for natural disaster. The echidna's adaptive insides quiet the brain's reaching for food, for water, for touch, for tender. The echidna has lived in the forest for a very, very long time. The sky watches the echidna and says, "Men who set themselves on fire cannot keep you warm. He may look like the sun, but wolves have always conned sheep with cropped clothing, and you know this. You don't have to eat dust to inhabit the earth. If he needs to hunt something, let him be both the spider and the fly. You are the sky, and your fidelity is only to the sparrows. Tell him. You can only love the sky by letting it be blue, by letting it rise to crescent and sigh a morning to the planet." He tried to catch the sky in a butterfly net, as if by setting enough fires a tree will snap, and oaken tenderness smoke from her trunk. So boy, don't ask for her hand unless you can match its lines to the mountains. A grasshopper laughs and says, "You self-harm by falling in love with men who spit on women for parting our lips. What if you stopped, splitting limbs off your body so better to reach everyone? Don't you know that a quilt is knitted to be touched whole? Why do you rip leaf blades off your branches for men who will not place their palms to your bark? I say." The saddest thing is that the sky cannot see herself. Isn't that terrible? The sky turns to the fire and says, "Do you know how lonely it is to be made of everything? To know that everyone who looks at you can only see 1/1000th of your body." The sky says, "I am sorry. I am sorry that when you reached for my hands, they were just rain. And that I could never keep track of time because I spent my days pacing the sun. I am sorry that I'm only red in October and can only cradle a wildfire for miles, and I am only good for staying. When dying men set their eyes to me to pray, he looks away and says, 'Should we call it off?' The sky says, 'I guess I'm just not very good at being a girlfriend.'"